allows multiple presses to be running the same set, the same images of type. Lithography was invented in the first few years of the 19th century. So it allowed for very fine illustration work. Mechanical typesetting, all that stuff out there, yeah, that's what that's all about. Because it was very time-consuming to set type by hand. So there was an effort to find a way to do this mechanically. The 19th century was the age of modern age of mechanics. Does anybody know that Mark Twain was involved with a typesetting machine? Yeah, the Page typesetter. Page compositor. It was far more accurate than anything else. The only problem was it didn't work real well. It had about 18,000 moving parts, so it kept breaking. It was not really a practical success. Sort of like, anybody old enough here to remember beta tape? VHS? Which was the better format, beta or VHS? Beta. Which one survived?
VHS.
Why? Yeah, see, the golden rule. He who has the gold makes the rules. Exactly. So it's based on commerce. All right? And then the arts and crafts movement. A return to something other than the soulless bits that you found in the Industrial Revolution. Okay? So, 3 things that you got to look for when you're collecting books. Okay? That's all you got to remember. Condition, condition, and condition. Just like real estate. Location, location, location. Because my policy for my library is I don't ever want a book that I have to apologize for. Now, if you have a copy that's really ratty, just to say that you have it, well, is it really worth it? Only you can decide. Okay? So, why to collect? Well, a particular subject that, like my collection, collecting from James I to James II. That's a specific period of English history that I'm interested in. Or completing a collection. Mary Roberts Reinhardt, in my case, to collect everything that she wrote and published. Okay? It can be restrictive or it can be very, very large. It just depends on how prolific they were. But it's a matter of personal interest and taste. Now, some people may want to have a collection of Jackie Collins. That's fine, I ain't gonna buy it, but it depends on if that's what you're interested in. Go for it, and don't let anybody else talk you out of it. It's what you're interested in, and because something appeals to you. Unfortunately, more and more open shops are disappearing because of something called the internet. Okay, anybody heard of that thing? Yeah. The internet is a wonderful two-edged sword. It allows you to search the entire world in literally seconds. If you're looking for a book, you can find it on some of these search engines. It may be, now I would have never found this particular book, it's obscure, because it was at a little shop in northern Italy, where I would probably never go, but I was able to find it. Now, the downside is, for me as a dealer, it means I'm in competition with everybody. So you have to adjust your prices based on what the market does. So, reasons not to collect something. Don't collect for investment. I've had people come in and say, I want a book that's going to appreciate 200% in the next 3 years. Okay, well, good guess. I have no idea what the market is going to do. That's why we're all trying to figure out. Prices today are very, very soft because of a poor economy. Potential gains, well, you can't predict. About a year and a half ago, a full set of the Harry Potter books was available for $10,000. Now, do you think in 20 years that's still going to be worth $10,000? You're better off putting that $10,000 in the bank, even at today's interest rates, because it's it is not enduring literature any more than Dan Brown's books are either. They're popular culture. So it's a very fine line. Kipling was very collectible in 1920. Now you have a hard time giving him away. So don't ever try and bank that somebody's going to be valuable. You might guess right, but you might not. So avoiding fads and fashions. That's, if something is really fashionable, if you can buy it right, okay. But again, never buy a book you have to apologize for. Okay, and boy, oh boy, watch out for the experts. Okay, if you find a dealer, and this is true for even search engines like ABE, if you find descriptions where something is a precious book, or a darling, or some other nauseating adjective, they're probably not a professional bibliographer. You want an accurate account of what the condition of this book is, because you're doing this blind. This is an advantage to having the books actually in front of you. Number one, you see what you're getting, and number two, a lot of times you'll find something on the shelf that you didn't know about, standing right next to it, and wow, that book's even better. So you go hunting for these. The chase is really the most fun part of this. Going to book fairs. In February, there will be the ABAA book fair, American Antiquarian Booksellers Association Fair. It's at Century City, and it is worth going. There will be several hundred dealers from all over the world. So you can take a look at these things. You'll see rare pieces there. A couple years ago, they had a copy. The star of the show was a Galileo, Sidereus Nuncius from 1610. A mere $950,000. You know, you get a chance to see these things. They're probably not going to take those out of the case to let you handle it. You know, it's just one of those things. They're real fussy about handing multi-million-dollar books to people. So the best thing you can do is figure out what you want to collect and find a dealer that specializes in what you're interested in and get to know them. And this is what I've done over the course of my collecting. You get to know these dealers and they get to know you. When something comes in that really says, oh, hey, Fred would really like, that's right up his alley, they will call you and say, I found this thing. That's how I found the Edgar Allan Poe Tales of 1845 that's on display back there. It's something I've been looking for a long time. Dealer called me and said, here it is, and we were able to negotiate a price. Which, by the way, prices are negotiable. Always. You know, that's, especially today. Book dealers are very flexible, so don't, I don't know, this is being recorded for YouTube. Ooh. Erase that part.
I'll cut that out.
Yeah. But don't be afraid to dicker. Okay? Because it's all part of the fun. Now, if a dealer does not want to lower their price, they won't. But generally, they have a margin where they can be flexible. If you do that, don't try and push it